Welcome to the Computer Crowd's Tech Minute, new series we're going to try to start. Trust me, it takes a lot longer than a minute. I'm Connor, and we're here with Brad, and so we're talking about underwater data centers today. So I'll give it over to Brad for a minute.
So today we're looking at Microsoft's Project Natix, their underwater sustainable data center. It's going to be an interesting idea. Hyperworks. So basically what they're trying to do is create these data centers that they can obviously submerge underwater for cooling purposes. Their aim is to use renewable energy with these data centers, or in these data centers, I should say, and all that kind of stuff. So they're going for the green approach. How well it'll work for them, I'm not sure, but you never know. It could just take off like a rocket, except obviously not burning the fuel, you know.
Well, you got to think, how much do you think a data center spends a year on electricity just for the air conditioners?
It would.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. Considering, your typical household, it's at least half of their bill if they're using air conditioning throughout the summer and all that kind of stuff. I believe the likes of Google, I think, is already taking water out of a river to cool their data center, but I may be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure it was Google that's doing that. But what they're trying to do is certainly going to be interesting, and hopefully it works out for them.
Yeah, originally this was recorded on the Verge, I guess, on the 1st. And I'm going to include the links to this article and to the project in the description, because it's actually something kind of interesting.
Yeah. There will be a few hurdles they'll have to work out, particularly basing something like that on the bottom of the sea floor, where you've got things like hard drives that are prone to vibrations or problems from vibrations. So that's possibly something that they may have to overcome, unless, of course, they're using solid-state storage, but I think solid-state storage would be way too expensive to use at this moment in time. To be honest, I think you'd want to hope they're using something like solid-state storage, just due to the fact that they're expecting these things to be down there for at least 5 years before they have to pull them up to do hardware swap-outs.
They probably are going to use solid state, because I'm assuming that it's probably going to be a big part of the Azure. I don't even really know how to say it.
Azure.
Yeah, Azure. There you go. And that whole thing, because they say, right here on the website, 50% of the U.S. or 50% of us here live near the coast. Not me, but everybody else, apparently.
Oh yeah, the likes of us here in New Zealand. Yeah, we're pretty much anywhere you go, you're near the sea. We're just that small. Yeah, so there's not much water.
Yeah.
But,
it's definitely something to watch. I read an article about it on Forbes, and it was like the top, or the 3 reasons why you should watch this project.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why their trial run was only 150 days.
Well, you'd think you'd want to keep it down there for as long as you possibly could until something failed, or you would have thought. whether the pressure vessel itself, the seal failed and it filled with water, or it's only a project after all. They'll be doing some sort of computing application on it, but it won't be critical, I wouldn't have thought. Be just number crunching or something.
I mean, it was the size. Apparently, it's going to be a lot bigger than this too, because that's only one rack that they put down there.
Yeah. I mean, you look at some of the images, the way it's suspended, it's rather creative. It looks like from the image it does actually have damping, shock absorbing things on the mounts. So that could be promising.
Question I have is, say, they're talking about putting it like on the coast by, I think I read San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
What I wonder is, what if you put it on like a coast of somewhere that's hit by typhoons?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know the whole logistics about how typhoons mess up the water, but I'm assuming that it would probably topple it around a little bit.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I thought of as well. Is in a situation like that, or just simply by a beach where you've got waves smashing the surface, that does have some sort of effect. Is it going to be rocking side to side and whatnot? But
I want to say that they said something about it being in like low tidal areas or low. I think that was on the Forbes article, which I don't have pulled up, but I think they were talking about how they're not going to put it anywhere where there's a lot of movement in the water. But another thing I wondered why I was reading the article was it said that because the sensors they had also measured the temperature and the effects it had on the surroundings. Its surroundings while it was underwater. And it said it only raised the temperature for a few inches around the pod.
Yeah.
But if you have a full array of them down there,
that's
area.
And personally, I think the what are they called? The likes of your global started putting that too many of these things in the water, I would have thought they would have started being all funny about, it's contributing to global warming, blah blah blah. But it's not like it's not already happening already. Is it going to be enough of an effect to aid the process, or water going through the servers? The servers are in the capsule with their typical fans, and the heat's being dissipated by the steel structure of the thing onto the radiators or the heat exchangers on the side. Just by going by the images, again, you'll be able to see all these below in the description. It's on the project website, so you'll be able to look at all those high resolution photos and see what they're actually doing.
Another thing I wondered is, or when it comes to like the actual cooling, I don't think they can actually use salt water, because I think that would corrode like no other, unless they had some way to desalinate it.
Yeah, and that is just adding costs to the actual units themselves. I don't think they'd do that at all, unless they had some sort of heat exchanger that would go. Yeah, it wouldn't actually pass the salt water into the servers. It would pass it through the heat exchanger and then into a separate heat exchanger that goes through the servers and whatnot through pure water or whatever coolant they decide to use.
Actually, I think
There,
that,
yeah,
it also said something about there being nitrogen in there, so I don't know.
yeah, it's an inert gas. I think that's probably just pure, just really to keep the water out. I'm guessing if there was some sort of leak, it would slowly push the gas out or something. Because they'll be able to tell the pressure in the vessel with all their sensors and all that. Well, that also could be another thing. Air has usually got moisture in it, so of course you don't really want moisture in there. So are they using nitrogen because it's a gas and it's an inert gas and it won't really blow up? So if a power supply were to blow.
I'm also kind of curious about their networking.
Absolutely, yeah. By the looks of it, they don't have a whole bunch in there. So do they have all their networking equipment on land or?
I was watching another video on YouTube about this, and
Yeah.
supposedly they're gonna have. Basically, it's the way I would explain it. Wouldn't be a data center. It'd be more like a data array or data pod array, I guess you could say. Because it sounds like they'll have like one pod will be like a router pod.
Well, yeah, that is quite true. Yeah, but then again, when it does come down to maintenance, you've got to rip the router pod out. You'd want to have at least two of them.
Well, yeah, and you'd have to have some sort of failover.
Yeah, I think in the sense of that you'd have to have at least two of everything. Well, as we all know, the data centers around the world are usually replicated at least twice, if not three times. So there's no just one set of data on one server. It's definitely replicated throughout. So if there was a hardware failure, it's not such a big deal. They'll just spin it up in another location. So after all, that's what they're good at. And
that's the whole purpose of the cloud.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be cloud. Yes, you mean bottom of the sea?
Yeah.
In this case,
is that going to change what cloud actually is? Is it going to become like a bubble?
Well, yeah, beach. Torpedo, I don't know. It could need many names. Well, to me, probably the most logical thing would be to call it a data pod of some sort, but you never know.
As always, you guys can visit our forums. The link will be below. Once again, we have a contest this month going on. The more you post, the more chances you can win. It's a $100 Newegg gift card and a $50 Amazon gift card. And it's all coming out of my pocket. And feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that nifty YouTube stuff. And I think that's all we got for this little Tech Minute episode.
We'll hopefully be better organized for next time.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of videos just kind of out of the blue. So
sometimes that can be the best thing.
Hey, just think, this video is not even getting edited. So, and I'm going to post it in the morning. So.
Excellent. So my ugly face will be on the internet. Yay.
Yay. So, yeah, it's been your the Computer Crowd Tech Minute.